I'm Denise Franklin, and welcome to this edition of Newsroom. There are estimates that nearly 30% of the students who enter the 9th grade in this country will not graduate from high school. In North Carolina, during the 1984-85 school year, nearly 24,000 kids dropped out of school. It is a problem that's getting national attention. But this week on Newsroom, we're going to look at a program that's beginning in the Greensboro school system that targets potential dropouts and puts them through a program designed to motivate them to stay in school. The program is called the Research, Education, and Literary Association. It's known as RELAY, and it's the pet project of Ted Mangum. Take it home.
Right on the set. Take some room when you're recording. Cue time. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Ted Mangum has a theory. If kids study something that affects them, they're more likely to develop an urge to learn and less likely to drop out of school. And that is the theory behind the program Relay. We want you now.
The film that you're about to see captures a bit, I think, of the magic of Mr. Mangum and of his program.
Quiet on the set. Stand by, the cute talent. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
The process, the discipline, the time management, the decision making, the planning, the cooperation. These are lifelong developmental skills that we're after. And the byproduct is the television show.
Having joined Relay at 9, I was introduced to the broadcasting field, and it helped me decide what I want to do later on in life. And right now, I'm taking classes at North Carolina A&T as a broadcast production major. And had I not been in Relay, I wouldn't know which direction I'll be going today. So Relay has helped.
I would absolutely love for my children to have the opportunity that I had at 9 years old, or if you start at 5 or whatever. I would love for a program to be implemented like that, because Relay, again, not only taught us how to operate cameras and learn how to hook up microphones and lighting, but it also taught us life skills and how to work with one another. And in this day and time, nobody works alone. So just being able to work together as a team and learn how important that is, that would be great for any child. And if they had one around and Ted decided to do another one, you better believe I'm signing my kids up for it.
Ted dropped out of high school and went to Vietnam. He returned, got his GED, and was admitted to North Carolina A&T State University, where he became student government president.
I was assistant to the advisor of the student government. And so I began working with Ted Mangum as a young man who had been to Vietnam and was very aggressive on the campus and wanted to make changes. And he was very adamant at times about if he thought it was right and to relate to the students. He's always been student-oriented, students' rights. He's always been that way. And I was impressed with that. I really was. And he made some changes on this campus that the students are enjoying today.
Just as a doctor or a lawyer has a progressive developmental path in order to become a doctor or lawyer, a person that ends up in Central Prison in Raleigh has a retrogressive path. They don't automatically come out a convict.
I've never really, I guess in the beginning, I questioned that because we are so used to having older students. But then again, my fear wasn't that they would ever break anything, because it boils down to the older students break more things than the younger students do. But their demeanor, and like I said before, their demeanor, when they come in, they're such a pleasant surprise. Everybody expects them to be here. You know, I'm not just saying that because they come in. They're not ill-mannered. They're not unruly. They're all business. because they want to learn how to do it. In fact, I use them as an example for my students in saying it's not a threat, but if those kids that come in here on Thursdays know more than you do as almost a rising professional, then you have a problem, because they're going to be professionals by the time they get to high school. You're trying to get a job out of college. So that's what you got to compete with. And they're going to be better than you are simply because they're changing constantly with the times. So the production that they did last year that I saw on Durham Cable was a professional production. You know, when they come in, they learned everything from the ground up. They learn how to take care of studio. They learn how not to be intrusive. They learn to, my biggest thing is they learn to have respect for their equipment and themselves.
Hi, my name is Mariah Williams, and I have been here at Omateka Guamazima since it started 6 years ago. And today I would like to be the first to welcome you to Omateka TV.
Okay, is everybody ready?
1-0 action.
Keep counting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Help us. This is a great program, and look at me. I am a part of, you know, this legacy that has been going on. Look at all the people before me that are off doing great things from this program, and it all started with Ted Mangum.
Tapes are rolling and recording. Cue talent in 5, 4, 3, 2. Mix, mic, and cue.
Hi, my name is Lashonda King. Oh, baby girl, you don't say mix, mic, and cue. So we'll hear you over there mic. All right.
When she said mix mic, she talks that name there.
Mic. When you say mic, that means the mics are up.
And when she say cue, you don't have to cue. You just point. So we actually cue.
So don't point when you say 1. Point when you say cue, okay? Say 5, 4, 3, 2, and then when she say cue, that's when you go.
Okay.
She's gonna say mix mic
and stuff. I just really think it would be awesome for all kids. I think all kids should have that experience.
Hi, my name is Adrian McLean. I'm a former Relay student. I joined Relay probably before I was a teen. I don't know, those years are blurred to me. And it's been a huge influence on my life. I actually moved to Los Angeles pursuing the dream of getting into the entertainment business. And a lot of that is due to Ted Mangum and the Relay program. I loved being a part of Relay. Overall. There are definitely some issues, but I loved it overall. I learned so much. I always wanted to be behind the camera, running camera, or doing editing, or being the director, but Mike always had to be the director, or Nikki. But yeah, I actually was always the one to be in front of the camera, and looking back on it now, it was a blessing, because I am pursuing my dream in Los Angeles, so that I can be in front of the camera all the time. However, I do actually have a production company, Still Waiting Productions, and we produce a web series called Dating Games LA. And all of the tools that I use in the show, or to create the show, was from Relay. Knowing that a TV show isn't just people on television. There's so many more things that are involved in that. You learn about editing, you learn about directing, you learn about getting the people to come in, having them know their stuff, and being able to translate that in a positive way on camera. It was a huge influence on my life, and it's definitely been helpful for me being out here and having my own business, in a sense, to bring that to other people. I think it's an amazing program. I wish there was one in every single city.
Get down here.
We're gonna have a camera 2. Let's see. How we gonna do this?
I just turned the camera 2 for weather.
Yeah, camera 2 will have a tank
like
shot.
you did last time. You know, when you finish that, then you go to well in the weather. You know how you did last time.
Just look down a little bit, then come back up over here.
Yeah, you know like you did last time. That was a smooth turn. And you look there. All right. You got that? Okay, do your weather. You know, that's
You might
that
want to
camera
write
right
these
there.
down just so you know.
Yeah, I already got them down. That's the camera 2. I remember from last time.
Yeah, I got them.
You got camera 2, weather. That's the weather.
Nah, I just go to camera 2 and then that's camera 2 for weather.
Okay.
Then I look down and go to camera 3 for the rest of the
Yeah, after the weather, you got camera 3, do some more news.
2 more stories on news, then that's when
Hold up, don't get ahead of me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, turn the weather, what the weather at? Okay, move the weather out the way. Okay, you should be here.
Y'all have a rundown.
Okay, you're gonna go ahead and do this story. All right,
What story is that?
turn that, and then
That's
you're
the
gonna,
same story.
yeah, okay, same story. Okay, then you're gonna go ahead and see.
Okay, hold on. Now, remember, you're not just giving Johnny shots. You got to give the camera person, camera people shots too.
I got weather too. Camera 2.
Yeah. Now,
That's
on
all she
page
got.
3, she needs to pick it up on page 3. That's when you're going back.
What camera you running?
3.
Okay, somebody running 2 and somebody running 1?
Yes.
You running 2?
Yeah, Thurman and...
Well, versatility.
You don't need to run much for 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. One
It's
can
just
stay.
me.
One can stay there.
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
She gonna be on a tight shirt or one?
Yes,
Tight shot.
tight.
Okay. Oh, what?
Again, before the week's out. But there are other projects around the Piedmont that will probably take a lot longer to repair.
Several others have in the past few weeks. It's beginning to look like our roads just can't stand up underwater. Work crews are hoping that this road that just collapsed will be open again before the week's out. But there are other projects around the Piedmont that will probably take a lot longer to repair. 3 Winston-Salem men are in jail this evening or morning. They are all suspects in the overnight shooting. Police tell us a group of teenagers was standing along the 200 block of Lakeview Boulevard.
Encountered as well. It was educational. I was able to learn different or meet different friends in the process. Even people while we interned at WGHP Channel 8, different personalities we were able to meet even on the national scale.
From what I've seen, I met Nikki when she had about 3 jobs, 3, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, 6 jobs, whatever you want to call it. The girl was working like left and right. And I was about to go into grad school, but nonetheless, she was working at I think it was either UPN 48 at the time, and she was doing some editing work and this, that, and the other. And I remember that she told me that she also worked at another job. I said, okay. But I said, okay, we dating, courting, this, that, and the other. And I spent Thanksgiving with her. Spent Thanksgiving with her, and we went to people's houses, she was videography and doing the clip art and doing everything, right? And she was just doing her thing. And it dawned on me that this is what Ted was talking about that she learned how to do. I mean, by that time, by the time I found out she was working for UPN, I had already found out that, you know, Ted had equipped her with all the skills that she needed, operating camera, doing the editing thing. Of course, she went to school for it as well, but you just seen that it was an added edge for her. So that young lady I met, of course, was a lovely prime thing y'all see in these cameras right now. And of course, you see that we had 2 beautiful children from that bond. And I just thank Ted for you know, introducing Relay for it, and Nikki taking the opportunity to actually, you know, enhance herself at the young age, about 9, 10 years old. So you ain't thinking about stuff like that at 9 or 10 years old, but it was what Ted presented, and, you know, it was a way to help kids at the time, and I'm glad she actually embarked on it. I'm thinking she probably still met me, but, you know, that's Lord willing right there, but it definitely given her an edge on a lot of different things. And so now I kind of look at it as the Relay family versus just the Relay.
We can do when we decide we want to do something. We can do it. We've got it.
We've made it all this time, and we've come a long way.
We made more
And
progress than the other race.
let's don't down ourselves. You know, let's talk about what we can do to move on. And we've got all these young people. Look at these people operating these cameras here. These young folks. We've got all kind of talent, all kind of ability. Let's encourage them. Let's work together with them, and let's tell them that you can be on CBS and ABC and so forth with these cameras in a few years from now.
My name is Marcus Street. I'm an attorney in Greensboro, North Carolina. Recently, I became aware of a program in the community called RELAY. That's Research, Education, Literacy Association for Youth, Incorporated. This program structures endeavors for youth which help them to learn skills for life. Being a young person in today's world is very complex and challenging. Not only are young people confronted with the traditional problems and decisions of youth, this generation of youngsters are having to survive and grow up in a society overwhelmed with violence, drugs, dysfunctional family structures, high teenage unemployment.